Hey all, welcome to another episode of Whiskey Row. Today I'm on the road. Kind of been running around a little bit crazy today, but today was an interesting day. So today in Virginia they released 4 lottery picks. Um, Basically, what that means is normally these 4 bottles are all given out as during the state lottery for the state liquor lottery, and this year their lottery system is offline because of some computer issues and COVID, and so they ended up basically having enough inventory to release between 6 and 9 bottles to every store. There were 4 different options, and each store would get no more than 6. So, for example, one store might get 6 of one, another store might get 6 of one and 3 of another, or any combination like that. They did specifically say that no store would get more than 2. So, and you don't know which store's getting what until the morning of, when they start publishing inventory at that store as it scans into their system. So, I went out this morning. Wife and I were running a couple errands. Went by one store and it already had 9 people in front of it. So basically, if you weren't one of the at least first 6, you had no shot. And somewhere between 6 and 9 is the cutoff, 9 being the maximum. If they're more than 9, there's no chance you're getting anything from those 4 specific picks. So I went to the second store, and there were 5 people in line before me. I was number 6. So I had taken my lawn chair with me just in case. So at 8:30, I started sitting out there, had my work computer and phone so I could keep working, and I sat out there until store opening. Guaranteed, in theory, to at least get 1 bottle. Normally in Virginia, when they do limited availability stuff, and you are there at store opening, you can get 1 of all of the limited available things. So if they have, say, an E.H. Taylor small batch, a Blanton's, and a Henry McKenna, and you're number 1 in line, you can get 1 of each of those. However, with this, because it's a special lottery one, you're only allowed to get maximum 1 of the 9. So even if you're first in line, you cannot get, if they had 3 of one and 6 of another, you couldn't get 1 of those 3 and 1 of those 6. You were truly limited to just 1 bottle. So I was at least going to get 1 bottle. That was the plan. The releases today, they had an Elijah Craig single barrel 18 year, or yeah, I think it's a single barrel 18 year. They had an E.H. Taylor barrel strength, and then they had an E.H. Taylor single barrel, and they had a Weller full proof. I believe those are the right names. But those were the 4 today that were options. And again, when you show up at the store to get in line, you do not know which one of those 4 or combination of those 4 that store is going to have, or the quantities of each of those. The store, once I got in line and was waiting there, 3.5 hours before store opening, and I was still 6th in line. The guys, anyway, the ones that my store had the option, they got 3 bottles of the Elijah Craig 18 year, and they got 6 bottles of the E.H. Taylor single barrel. I very much was conflicted about which of those 2 I wanted. The one I wanted the most of the 4 was the E.H. Taylor barrel proof. That would have been hands down my pick for today. But that was not at the store I was at. So anyway, waited in line, was trying to figure out which one to get. Again, I was number 6, so if 3 people in front of me wanted the Elijah Craigs, then I would have ended up with the E.H. Taylor and not had a choice. I ended up being the last one. 2 people in front of me wanted the, I went and I was talking to people online. We were all talking about what we were planning on getting, so everybody could kind of plan out what they were doing. The first 2 people in line wanted the Elijah Craig 18, and then the next 1, 2, then 1, 2. So then the next 3 wanted the E.H. Taylor, and so I had truly the pick. I could either get the last Elijah Craig 18 or the E.H. Taylor. Single barrel, I ended up choosing. I was very happy with my choice. Retail was like 135-ish, 136, something like that. It's the MSRP. And so anyway, I picked it up, took it home. Very happy to, overall, the whole lottery process was pretty frustrating. Nobody was super thrilled with how they did it. Everybody unanimously would have much preferred to do a true lottery and let everybody just enter and whatnot. Okay, so to kind of explain, the first guy in line said he was there at sunrise. They don't open till 10 or 12, till noon. Across the state, all ABC stores do not open till noon right now. And he was there at sunrise. The next lady said she was there at about 7:30, 7. I think she said 7:15 or 7:30. I can't remember. The lady after her said 7:30, and then the couple, there was a husband and wife that were the next two in line, and they said they got there at 8, and I got there at 8:30. Or they said about 8:15. I got there at 8:30, so I was just behind them. And then the next guy in line, or the next lady behind me, was about 15 minutes after that. And then the two gentlemen to round out the 9, they were both there by essentially 9:15. So essentially, it was completely booked out my store by 9:15. Kind of a frustrating thing. We had a lot of people come try to get in line, and then a lot of people just drove up, counted, and saw that they were going to get one and left. But a lot of people didn't understand the rules for the lottery this year, or for this particular distribution. So they had a lot of people show up, and they're like, well, I'm number 10, so there might be something. And we're like, no, they've specifically said there's totally, each store is maxing out at 9. Anyway, a lot of people got frustrated. There were a couple people that had little hissy fits, for lack of a better word, and were kind of rude about it. It's all outside, and we're all 6 feet apart, social distancing, and everybody was just hanging out, talking and whatever. Most everybody was, had a pretty good attitude. One guy showed up and was just like, well, since some of you guys aren't currently wearing, because we all had masks to go into the store, but we're outside. It's daylight, right? And so we're all masked off, talking. We're 6 feet apart, whatever. And he's like, you should all be disqualified because you're not wearing masks while you're in line. And I'm like, dude, whatever. It's kind of funny. Anyway, he kind of drove off angry, ran over the curb. He acted like a big baby, to be honest. It was kind of a dick. But anyway, so that was the lottery for this distribution. I kept checking some of the stores, and the entire state was sold out of everything by about 12:30. There was one store not too far from me that maintained their 6. They had 5 E.H. Taylors at 12:30, so they had actually didn't sell out at opening, which is kind of interesting. But they've since sold out, or I would tried to pick it up. But anyway, so that was the lottery distributions for today. I was talking to the couple that were in front of me. She actually doesn't drink bourbon at all. She just goes to help her husband and pick up stuff, which is cool. And he's got a massive collection based on what he was telling me. And he kind of has a rule of thumb where he won't open a bottle until he's got 3 of them. So he got 2. He has 1 E.H. Taylor single barrel at home. So he wanted 2 more so that he could actually open one. He's really compulsive about it. He's a really cool guy. But we were kind of comparing notes, and he's been doing this for years. So he had some good insight on how to, do stuff, which, is helpful for me to try to get better at grabbing some of those elusive bottles, those hard to find ones. I think what else? So anyway, yeah, so we'll be doing we'll crack open that Elijah Craig 18 year in a while. Maybe compare that to the Sam Houston 14, and see if I have any other really old ones. I don't think I have anything else that's in that age range, but maybe I'll pick up one more. And what would be kind of cool is to do a tasting comparison of the Elijah 18 to the small batch to the single barrel, and talk about kind of the difference of flavor that additional excessive age really brings to the table. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me on Whiskey Row. Hope you all found something, at least if you're in Virginia today and you were hunting, hopefully you found something good and you're happy with what you got. And hopefully we'll get back to the normal lotteries here in the nearby future. If you're not from Virginia and you didn't have any kind of release today, hopefully you find it. You hopefully at least have a bottle at home that you're excited about, that you can have a good drink after work today.